Welcome. How's everybody doing this morning? Thanks for joining me. Good morning. Good. So how's everybody doing on Monday? Monday. Yeah, so I always feel like Monday is a way to maybe reset, rethink how we're going to plan our week. We've talked about making a plan every day and trying to create a nice, healthy routine so that we can all get through this new normal, making it feel more comfortable and less stressful. Today, our practice is going to have a focus of hustle and flow. And Leanna asked me, what do you want to focus on today? And so I gave it some thought, and hustle and flow is what I came up with. So my question to you as we get started here is in the hustle category, right? That's about empowering, inviting expansion, and just creating a better movement forward, whether we're powering through that mentally or physically. So what do you want to strengthen and empower and expand? That would be that element of hustle, right? And then flow. Well, what do you want to learn to accept, to appreciate, to feel more connected to? So as we try to invite both hustle and flow to work together more seamlessly, we're going to find ourselves in our practice, and just our focus will be right there today. I hope that's good with you, and I'm going to invite you to join me on the mat, and let's get going. We're going to start standing today, so if you're in a seated pose, please feel free to stay there if that's how you like to practice. A little word of intention also is everyone that comes to class is welcome to practice at their own level. So we call this an all-level flow, right? But that doesn't necessarily mean that I will be showing you what's right for your body today. So that's where your own choices, empowering yourself, honoring yourself to practice in a healthy way for you. Because obviously I'm even one step more removed from you in really seeing what's going on as you're practicing. So I need you to be your teacher even more powerfully today and always. So again, nothing should hurt in class. Any limitations you have are okay. You could literally listen and just invite the flow in your thoughts and breath and do very little of the practice and still get rewarded by the end of the practice with a change to the positive. So again, we're here to do us, our four corners of our mat. And again, thank you Four Corners Yoga for allowing us this time to practice together, our resident yoga. So join me standing. Take some nice deep breaths as we begin. Just find your place comfortably on your 2 feet. Stretching out the toes, feeling the back of the heel and all the way to the tip of your toes stretching out in front of you. And then just a little bend in the knees, just a little bit. We're just finding our way into our first mountain pose, starting a little soft, as if you were just moving around with ease in water, and you're just letting it flow in and around you. And let's start some nice powerful breaths in, raising our shoulders and then dropping them down as we exhale. And just do that a few more times. What feels good to you? Maybe to drop your head and lift it up as you continue 2 more of these shoulder rolls. And then arrive in mountain pose, just being quiet in yourself for a moment. Invite an intention of both hustle and flow. How can I create a more powerful self? Both interpreting that connection of being powerful and then expressing it out into the world more powerfully. And then how can I accept and move and flow when that's necessary? Be more gentle and kind. Good. Press down a little more firmly into your feet now. And let's just lift our arms as high as we can. Try looking up, trying to create even more of an extension on your spine. Take a moment to drop your tailbone and lift the lower belly, the pelvic floor, and then the chest and head. Exhale, let those arms slowly flow down. So a powerful push over your head again, full breath to full extension. Everything feels bright. And then a soft flow down. Good. Drop the head, come up again. We'll be doing 2 more of these. Strong hustle to the top, and then a soft flow down. Good. Find a way to enjoy both. Invite both of these to the body and mind. Good. And then we'll just take our hands behind our back. Place your hands on your lower spine. Pull your elbows back. Lift up on your kidneys and look up. So this is a supported back bend. As you press into your feet, try to make them more powerful on the mat. Drop your tailbone a little more. And lift the hands even more powerfully against your kidneys and try to look further back on the ceiling as you take just one more breath here. And then lift with those hands. Bring yourself to neutral and slide down the front of the legs into a forward fold. Join me with touching the floor with your fingertips. Shake your head here. Most of us will need to have bent knees in a forward fold. And then I want you to bend the knees deeper and straighten the legs as much as they'll go a few times. So the fingertips remain on the floor as you do this. Some of you are going to take this down even deeper into a squat and possibly look forward. And then back into your fold, pulling the crown of the head closer to the knees. So breath in as you bend the knees, breath out as you fold. And again, you're doing the range of motion that feels good to you this morning. Inhale into your squat. Exhale into your fold. And one more. Let's all hold a fold. Some of you will be able to pick up your hands and grab those calf muscles. Go ahead and push the heel of your palm into the calves. Push, and then push back with your calves against your hands. So you're feeling that resistance, that powerful push back with the calves and forward into the calves with your hands. Good. Drop your hands back down. Place your hands on your knees. Bend the knees and drop the head all the way down. And let's roll up. Press through your feet. Tuck the tailbone back to standing. Hands over your head. Deep breath. Let's bring the palms together. Fold all the fingers except for the pointer fingers and extend them high as you look up. Exhale into cactus. Elbows apart. Shoulders back. Open your heart. Inhale back to lift. And then exhale, soft spine. Let's come all the way down to a fold. Good. Let's just take it nice and easy, loose. Flow back and forth across your feet. Fingertips touching as far to the right and left as you can. Keep the head drawing down. Relax your jaw. One more time to each side, just loosening up the joints. Knees are bent, ankles are relaxed. And then back to your fold and back to a light, nice lift to standing. So rolling the spine, hands in your sides, arms out in mountain pose. Draw the arms out next and stretch to the side walls. Turn the palms up. Pull the thumbs to the back of the room as you return to a back bend. A back bend can look completely different from one person to the next. It's about how this feels in your body. Start by pressing down more firmly with your feet, dropping the tailbone, lifting your heart, and dropping your head back. Inhale, come up over your head with those strong arms, palms together, and into your heart. Let's swing all the way down and back up, and return to your heart as you exhale. One more time, you're at the top of your mat, and we're going to flow. So as it comes to your heart this time, hands together, bow, and return to a fold. Fingertips on your shin bones. Let's come into half lift extension. Experience a deep breath here. And then drop your hands and step back into down dog. Let's just stay in down dog and pedal a little bit, right and left hips swinging. Let your head shake just a little bit. Float right to left with those hips as your heels lower. One more breath here. Feels good to be in down dog. And then let's bend the knees deeply, power the hips back towards your heels, and then push yourself into plank. Drop the knees, keep the toes curled under, and push back to child's pose. Drop your head. Good. Inhale back to knee plank. Exhale, lift the knees off the floor, back to down dog. Let's repeat that again. Inhale forward to full plank. Exhale, drop the knees back to child's pose. Inhale back to knee plank. And exhale, lift the knees and hips back to down dog. Great job. Let's come into plank. Take your time. Find a nice steady breath here. So most of us will take some time to maybe move a little liquid-like in the pose so you don't have to feel rigid, but still driving to inspire the core to do most of the work. Some of you might have your knees down during this section, so we again are fitting into the space that our body is wanting us to be today. So that can change from day to day. Awesome. So as we're in this more of a hustle pose, we're really trying to bring more attention to our strength, which right now would be primarily in the center body or the core section. If your knees aren't down, let's bring them down, point the toes back, and come into Cobra. In Cobra, we're going to roll around a little bit if you can. If Cobra's just too much for you right away, come onto your forearms and roll around here. So we're just trying to see what our range of motion is as we roll right to left and try to expand it. If you're in Cobra rolling around, you might make it the next level, lifting into straight arms and rolling right to left here. Where do you feel this? So this is more of the flow where you're not trying to force anything, but arrive in the body more gently and kindly. We're going to come all the way down, so center the system of the body and draw the nose all the way down. Good. Squeeze through the shoulder blades, bring them down the back. Hands are still right there. And let's do a series of Cobra. So you're just taking your time to really fire into triceps and middle back strength. Hustling that power of that middle back, but letting the lower back flow with the pose. So we're not trying to use it, but we're trying to inspire the lower back to move with ease. Sit back in child's pose here, all the way back, push back, take a moment. As things start to get more challenging today, find a way to hustle yourself into the pose. Feel more strong, let go of what might be holding you back, and just think, I can take myself there and modify and find my own way out of it whenever I need to. So that's very empowering to know you have choices, right? And as you move through these choices, keep that little note in your head that you have already survived all the struggles of your life so far. You have survived every day, no matter how hard it's been. And you'll survive this one too. Press down with your fingers, lift your wrists, drop your head a little lower to feel that good stretch underneath the shoulders. And then we're going to come into table. Let's just take a moment to find our cow-cat flow. Just finding a way to round and open up the spine in these spinal rolls. Cow-cat would be more in the sense of a flow, so you're feeling nice and easy. You're inviting space with those spinal moves, and you're feeling maybe even a release of any tension that might be in your back today. So your pace is yours, inhaling and exhaling through this, and even choosing to change the pace that you're taking this. We're going through one more breath, and we'll all hold cat with a strong pause of the navel, rising all the way up against the back and the chin against the chest. Let's move into table next. Draw the shoulder blades back. Lift lower belly, lengthen the tailbone, push into your toes, and lift the knees to bear pose. So bear, now we're in that hustle. So you're really trying to retrieve more awareness of the strength in your center. So knees are only about 1 inch or 2 off the mat. They're right below your hip joints. If you need a break, flow out of it, knees down, move into a generous breath, and then come back to the challenge again. So we've got about 3 more breaths in bear. Waking up the bear of the core, right? Keep your shoulders broad here. Finish one last breath. And then everybody back to down dog. Go ahead and push the hips towards the back wall. Take a nice deep breath here. Let's travel back to the top of the mat. Take some steps. When you arrive, fold and drop your head. Give it a good shake. Half lift extension. Exhale down. And one more half lift extension, but we're going to drop into a squat. Modifiers, elbows on your knees, holding a powerful set back. So whatever is a challenge for you. If you can come all the way down, that's great. And then maybe adding the challenge of reaching out front. Palms are facing each other, shoulders are back and down, but the energy is flowing out through those fingertips as they face each other. Hold here, or in your modification, whatever you've chosen. And let's add one more layer. Lift the navel a little higher and try to extend those arms just a little more out in front of you so you're taking yourself off center, which would be more challenging. Good. Inhale, both arms over your head. Exhale, drop the hands floating down. Touch the floor and come into a fold. Drop your head. Good shake here. Nice work. When you're ready, let's roll up to mountain pose. Take your time, tuck the tailbone, and you've arrived standing at the top of the mat. Swing the hands over your head with a deep breath. Exhale, find your heart. Let's try it again. Inhale over your head. Exhale, find your heart, and bow back into a forward fold. Half lift, look out in front, find that extension on your spine, feels good. Exhale, float down. Step back into plank this time. Hold your plank. Nice. One more job of finding more strength, more hustle in your core. Nice. We're going to bring our right knee down and roll onto our left heel. And then swing that left arm over the top of your head and reach over to the front of the room. Drop your ear. Send a stronger push of your left heel into the earth. Anchor it there. And then let's balance, lifting the left leg. Hold here. Feel yourself get brighter. And then back to table with extended left leg, looking up, feel that strength. Beautiful job, everybody. Cross your leg over the top and flow your head over your right shoulder, looking for your left foot. Good, come back to rising sunbird. Stay here and practice being strong, or exhale into bowing sunbird 3 times. So you can take the bow as small or deep as you want, or you can raise up into rising sunbird and just stay there. When you've completed 3 of those, curl your right toe under and lift the left leg to 3-legged dog. Good, step back into down dog, ease into a few petals of the feet, and then join me back in plank when you're ready. Strong awareness of the core, hustle more connection to that core strength. Drop your left knee below your left hip when you're ready and roll onto your right heel. Right arm swings brightly over your head to the front of the room. Stay here for another breath. Make it a stronger push into the floor with your right heel. Balance is next. Arm up, leg up. Feel strong here, nice and bright. Good. Dropping that right hand, rising sunbird. Full extension. to the right heel. I'm going to get back just a little bit in case I'm out of the picture. Good. Lift up higher. Again, 3 bowing sunbirds as options. Take your time with these. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Again, your modifications. Elbows stay narrow in this pose. Good. One more bright lift to your heel and send it across to the other side of your mat. And then flow your head and your gaze over to look at your right foot. Good. Back to rising sunbird. Look up. Feel the brightness in your back. Curl your left toes under and come into 3-legged dog when you're ready. Right leg up. Step back into down dog. Let's go through a plank. Maybe adding chaturanga if you're ready for it. Up dog or cobra. And child's pose. Soften, drop, flow. Inhale into the back. Exhale. Turn your palms up and move those wrists around. So I'm going to start you on a challenge here. I'm going to start it out in a modification and arrive in the full challenge. Again, these will be your choices to stay where you are, to accept whatever challenge comes your way, and try your best to feel like you're hustling more energy, more power to yourself. We're going to come into table, find your breath, straighten your back, and make sure your knees are right underneath your hips. Hands are spread out, fingers as well, right underneath your shoulders. I'm going to have you pick up your right leg, bend the knee, and try to touch the opposite shoulder. So right foot touching left shoulder. Gaze forward like you're in rising sunbird. Exhale, tuck the knee towards cat pose, chin to knee, but try to draw the knee towards the left elbow. Good. Inhale, back up. Try to touch the shoulder with that right foot. Exhale under to cat and try to bring it all the way to the left. So keep going with that, or curl your left toe under and come into scorpion dog with a down dog, trying to touch your left shoulder with your right foot. Exhale into plank, bringing your right knee to your left elbow. So again, this will be more challenging, yes, and maybe perfect for you today, maybe not. You're in your system that's working, your flow, but you are hustling the energy from your breath and the power of your mind. You can do this. We have 2 more. If you need to rest, child's pose or down dog. Good. When you are done, again, child's pose or down dog. Take a break, breathe in and out, and maybe add a flow of mini vinyasa. Plank, up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. Everybody, hips up, nice deep breath. And let's come back to plank. Let's do everything on the other side. Find yourself in table. This is challenging. If you need a break, remember, take a moment just to assess. If you need a break, take it. If not, keep going. Make sure that breath is pushing you through the challenge so you can arrive on the other side. Starting in the more modified version, flat back, navel connected to the spine, lift up the left leg, bend the knee, and try to touch the right shoulder. Go for full range of motion with strength, and then swing it underneath, cat, and try to connect that left knee with your right elbow. So try to move the first few anyway, a little slower, more aware of the range of motion and your strength and how you can keep yourself at your highest level of challenge. If you want to take it stronger, lift up that left leg into scorpion dog, down dog with your toe trying to touch your right shoulder, and then exhale underneath with the knee to the right elbow. And you're just going to flow but you're going to hustle the strength of your mind and body here to endure and get through. Your breath is incredibly important right now, even more important. As we are challenged, our breath becomes our catalyst to arrive more clearly, more empowered on the other side. So continue to breathe in, breathe out when that knee is driving underneath, in either of the positions that you're doing. If you need a break, you're going to go into child's pose or down dog. Inhale and exhale. So I talked about hustle and flow, and I talked about how do we weave those to be more seamless. This pose is an example of that to you. You're finding the flow of your breath and you're riding it, but you're struggling and pushing yourself to find the strength and the power to move through these. You'll finish in down dog after this last one. Pause, rest here, or try another mini vinyasa plank. Up dog, and we'll all meet in down dog. Great job. So let's take a moment, take a breath or two. Let your head hang a little lower. Let your heels drop closer to the earth and pull the hips even further back. We're going to take this practice back to the top of the mat. So stepping forward when you're ready, into a fold, nice and soft. Grab your elbows and gently swing right to left. Good. Just taking a break to feel almost like you are flowing here, like in a pool of water, and you're just treading water here, trying to stay afloat. You're aware of your presence, but you're relaxed and at ease. Good. One more breath, pulling on those elbows, gently swinging right to left. And then we'll go ahead, come back to our half lift extension. Try to bring a small bend to your knees and lift your tailbone away from you. Beautiful. Into your squat. Again, we have the option of elbows on the knees, heels and hips right all the way together and down, and then maybe that option of the arms out in front with a strong presence of core strength. So from either of these poses, after our next two breaths, we're going to rise up, and I'm going to ask you to not drop your head or your gaze as you do that. So the gaze is forward or slightly elevated as we push into the floor and rise up, hands over the head. Exhale, let them swing back behind you. Swing out in front of you, deep breath, maybe sweeping the floor. Exhale behind you. And one more time, take this range of motion as big as you can, reaching back with your fingernails and letting go. Hands end up at your heart as you pause. Good. So we're going to do some warrior poses next, so take a few breaths here. And again, I want you to hustle these poses. Try to make them feel more powerful, both mentally and based on how deep you can take your lunges today. First, we're going to swing our arms over our heads and just arrive in a full body lengthening pose. Hold. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good. Keeping the fingertips together, come straight out from your heart and sit back. Hold here. Feel the strength of your core and the strength of your quads working together. Good. Drop your right hand to the back of the room and then turn just the upper body to the right as you stretch. Good. Inhale, come back, touch the fingertips together. Exhale here. Inhale once more. And now drop the left arm to the back of the room and look back. Again, just the upper torso has turned. You're in a power twist. Beautiful. Come back with the fingertips together. Full breath in and breath out. Inhale, stand up tall. Exhale, return to your heart. Pick up, that was good. Pick up your right heel and step back into a lunge. And I just want you to bring your hands to your side and rock forward and back a few times. Back heel rises as high as you can, front toes as high as you can. And then settle into your warrior one. So warrior one is a forward facing lunge, hips facing forward. Spine is straight, drop that tailbone, engage from the pelvic floor all the way up to your heart. Draw the arms over your head, feel extension, And then exhale into cactus with or without a back bend. Look up, breathe in. Feel the power of the pose. Push down with your legs. Pull up with your heart and head. Come back to your heart no matter where pose you were in. Pick up that back heel and pose in the deepest lunge you can, dropping your back knee low. So this should feel challenging. I want you to come up and down a few times like you're in a pool of water or a lake, and the energy of the lake is pushing you up and down. So it's more of a flow, but there's that challenge of keeping you upright and using those muscles of your legs. So once you've dropped your knee this next time, stay right here. Hug the tailbone underneath you, lift the pelvic floor, and try to maintain your strength in your legs. Good. Swing the arms behind you. Back of the hands lifting up, and so is your gaze. Hold. Keep looking up. Swing the hands over your head, and exhale, hold here. We're going to open to warrior two, so the back heel will drop to the left, and your arms will flatten and expand from your heart. Good. Bend that left knee even deeper, and try to maintain the pose, flipping the palms up for one more breath. Strong here. Push those feet. Feel the power. Beautiful. Raise up, straightening that left leg, bringing the hands together in a pause. Reverse triangle. Drop your back hand and extend back, or slide the right hand behind your waist. Use your core to move your torso away from the earth, but push the feet down with power. Beautiful. Raise your hand back up. Neutral lifted spine. Exhale into triangle pose. Expand the arms away from the heart. Lean forward. Brace the core. Drop the left fingers lightly as you raise the right hand strong to the ceiling. Look up. Beautiful. One more breath in triangle. Exhale into warrior two. 2 breaths, taking it as strong as you can. Drop those hips, receive the challenge, hustle into your body with strength. Little bit lower on your tailbone, one more breath. Flow down with both arms, framing your left foot. Drop the right knee and bow your head, soften and bow. Step back with your left foot into down dog. Find a way to bring about a more quality breath and long back. Mini vinyasa if you would like to. Working your way back into down dog. Traveling back to the top of the mat and fold. Half lift extension to the squat that you have been working on, full or modified. Hands out in front for the challenge. Gazing forward. Rising up all the way without dropping that head. Exhaling to your heart. Bow the head, swing the hands back over your head and back into your heart. Let's find our feet, press down, and lift up with the crown of the head as we bring a deep breath in and out. Pick up your left heel, step back into your lunge, drop the hands, and just rock, lifting the back heel, lifting the front toes a few times. And then you're going to power into your warrior one. Here we go. Bend the front knee, keep the back straight. Drop your tailbone, equal weight in both legs. Reach the back of your hands as far back as you can. Hold and maybe look up, challenging yourself. Stronger feet pushing down. Nice lift in your heart and head. Keep looking up, raise your hands over your head. Warrior one. Or try cactus with a back bend. So these options are for you to maneuver through or around, right? Inhale, exhale, feel powerful here. Beautiful. Bring your head forward, hands back over your head, palms together. Feel strong. Pick up your back heel, and then we're going to come into a forward lunge next. So we've got that power. Let's bring our hands out to the sides for this and buoy up and down with that left knee a few times. So challenge yourself to do a little more here. Hustle your breath, your awareness of what muscles are actually firing for you here. And then on the next drop of your left knee, hold. Hug the inner thighs towards center. Tilt the tailbone. Lift up from the pelvic floor. Breathe. So this should feel challenging to you. I want you to feel the challenge and know that you can get through of it. You can get out of it. You can get around it whenever you choose. Inhale, hands over your head. Warrior 2 is our goal. We'll turn the back heel down to the right and open the arms flat and expanded from the heart. So maybe bend and unbend the right knee a few times. And then here, find that deepest Warrior 2 that you can. Hold for another breath, opening up the palms to the ceiling. Feel that right tailbone dropping down and the struggle in those muscles. Straighten the right leg, lift over your head. Everything is straight and strong. And we're coming into reverse triangle. Drop your left hand lightly onto your leg and stretch back with the right arm and chest. Push into your right big toe, hold the pose. Remember, engage the lower belly, lengthen the tailbone. Maybe your left hand is behind your waist. Return to Warrior 2. Find that strength. Drop that tailbone. Feel like you're working into a hustle of your power. Beautiful. Come back into a straight leg. Lean forward into triangle pose. Lightly lower your right hand. Brightly lift your left. Look up. Legs are straight. Right hip is trying to move to the back of the room. Lengthen the tailbone. Engage the core. One more breath. And we're coming back into Warrior 2. Great job, everybody. Get ready to flow. Windmill those arms down, framing your right foot. Drop the left knee and bow your head. Deep breath here. Let that head shake just a bit. Beautiful. Coming back to down dog, resting and breathing here, or a flow, a mini vinyasa. Nice, how you feeling? What was your experience in your challenge? What was your response? So, knowing that you have survived your challenges in life so far should give you a sense of confidence. So whenever there's a challenge where the fear and the worry and the anxiety comes up is that lack of really knowledge that I can do this and I can get through this. No matter what it takes. Sometimes it's hustle, sometimes it's flow. Sometimes it's a struggle, powering through, pushing yourself past what you think you can do. And sometimes it's just riding the wave or even below the wave and letting the experience pass through and you with it, accepting it. So our experience on our mat today hopefully will reinforce the fact that you have choices every day. How are you going to move through whatever challenges you, mentally, physically, or both? I'm going to have you come onto your hands and knees. Bring your knees out to the edges of the mat, toes together, and then just let your hips sink back over your feet. Let's fold our forearms and just place your forehead on your wrists and let go here. So I want you to imagine that you have this power to expand the energy by just expanding your waistline with breath. And this just so happens to be true. So relax the energy around your waist. Breathe in the kind of breath that feels like you're making your belly into the biggest balloon you can imagine. And then release the breath with ease, slowly, with awareness, with compassion. And then return to that expansion in the waist with a full deep breath. And then practice that soft flow of letting the air release with control. Try it one more time. All right, so we're going to sit up slowly. I don't know about you, but that went really fast. And we're going to sit onto our sit bones. Just before you even sit back, I want you to assess. How do you feel? Always taking time to notice what your thoughts are, because there are times when even our thoughts need to be corrected, right? Just because we're thinking it doesn't mean it's true. All right, we're going to come on to our backs when you're ready. Take your time, taking a nice strong flow back with extended arms, or maybe easing onto your elbows behind you and floating back. When you arrive, let's just start some windshield wipers. Take your time. Your feet will be wide, and you'll roll across your feet and let your knees move into a range of motion that feels like you're just getting into some nice, comfortable stretching. Try moving your arms across in the opposite direction, and your head will follow your hands. So you'll swing the hands up like the knees come up, but they'll fall in opposite directions. We'll do that 2 more times. And then hands up, knees up, but bring the hands as far back behind you until you feel the floor with your fingernails. Tilt the pelvic floor back, push into your tailbone, and take a full breath. You'll feel like you eased the middle of the back away from the earth. On your exhale, I want you to do just the opposite. Push down, feel strength, drawing in and down into the mat as you exhale. Return to the original pose, tilt the pelvic floor back, push through the tailbone as you brightly reach back. And then exhale, articulate every vertebrae down. Keep pushing down as you exhale. And let's just do it one more time. When you're ready, full breath, strong tailbone. Exhale, drive every vertebrae down until it feels like you can't push any more down. Draw your hands to your heels and try to touch them. If you don't, no biggie. Beautiful. And then draw the knees into the chest and let's wrap them up and just gently rock across. So we're almost done for the day. I want you to feel a sense of that you created some sort of a shift in a positive, more powerful sense that you are making choices throughout this day and every day, how you are going to receive whatever comes your way. Let's bring ourselves into happy baby. Some of you might just be holding your shins, others of you the inner or the outer feet. Inhale and exhale. And then bring the knees back together. Guide the feet back onto the floor. Constructive hip pose. Feet are as wide as your mat. Knees are falling in. And just resting center. This is a nice pose for your Shavasana if you would like. Or extending the legs to the front corners of the mat. And I'm going to invite you to arrive and feel like you're on a wonderful mattress in a very calm, restful, peaceful lake. Very little motion around you. And you're simply floating. You feel weightless and comfortable. Close your eyes. Without opening the eyes, and just imagining the sky above you as you float on the lake. Maybe it has clouds or birds. or even tall, beautiful trees rising just above you on the shore of your lake. Feel the sun as it draws down and invites you to receive its energy. Rest. Feel the neutral or effortless flow of each breath. Take a moment to notice how you're feeling. If you wish to stay in Shavasana, please feel free. Otherwise, come into a full stretch with me when you're ready, wiggling those fingers and toes, expanding brightly, and rolling to one side to a seated pose. Sit up nice and tall. Take a moment to draw your hands in front of your hearts. Whatever hustle, whatever flow you felt today, just allow yourself to know that it was exactly what you needed. Knowing that as this day unfolds, you can call on either or both to move yourself through any challenge. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care. Namaste.